Hello, Revere, and welcome to our Revere Senior News Show. We're doing a senior show for the month of November. I have Mr. Steve Fielding, host of the show. He's director of the Revere Senior Center. My name is Morris. I will be the co-host, but Mr. Fielding, it's all yours now.
All right, Morris, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And just so people at home know, we do this every month now. This is our third show. And basically, like Morris said, we go over the November happenings at the Senior Center and whatever we feel is pertinent or informational to seniors in Revere, whether it be at the local, state, or national level. So the premise of this show is that it's more of a casual news show. It's not a hard news show. So we want you to relax. We're going to banter back and forth and give you information. Sometimes I'll talk, sometimes Morris talks. And we hope that the information we provide you, provide you some solid information that you can use, or at least research if you need to do that. So the first thing I want to talk about is a recent merger. Chelsea Revere Winthrop Elder Services has been the agency access point for the Revere Senior Center, the Rossetti-Cowan Senior Center. And what I mean by that is that they are the conduit to which we apply for certain types of grants like meals, health, and exercise. All the reports that I produce every month with the help of my staff goes through CRW to the state level, and that's where we get some of our funding through grants for the meals program and for the health and exercise. So I just wanted to tell you that a very important merger just occurred. CRW, as you have known it for the last 39 years, has merged effective October 1st with the Mystic Valley Elder Services. And you will receive the same services as you have for CRW over the last 39 years. You'll be able to call the same telephone number in the event you need to, which is 617-884-2500. Mystic Valley Elder Services has now merged with CRW. Mystic Valley Elder Services will provide and continue to provide, as CRW did, high-quality home care for more than several towns, more than just Revere. Chelsea, Everett, Malden, Medford, Melrose, North Reading, Revere, Stoneham, Wakefield, and Winthrop. If you want to find more information about Mystic Valley Elder Services, go to www.mves.org. So there's some very good information on their website, and if you have access to a computer and you know how to use it, or if you have a family member that can help you go on the computer to learn more about their services, that's the website. Yes,
Steve,
Morris?
can I say something?
Sure.
On what you were talking about? You're speaking about Mr. Daniel O'Leary, who was up here?
Yeah, Dan O'Leary is the executive director
Right.
of Mystic Valley Elder Services.
And he mentioned something to me which I think the people out there should note, that you have to have a certain minimum income of wage. If you're single, it's got to be $27,000 and under.
Right.
If you're married, it's got to be $35,000 and under.
Right.
Am I correct?
That's correct.
But he also mentioned something to me about being not a senior, if you're a disabled person and over the age of 18, I believe you can also get help.
That's right, and I think he told you that when you had him on your show.
Right.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
go ahead.
Okay, so that's a really important announcement, and you won't see, it will be a seamless transition. You won't see much change immediately, and over time there will be a rebranding process. And the office that CRW manages and works out of in Chelsea will, at least for now, stay put. And the people who work there will stay within that framework and in that office. So
Right.
that's
Can
good.
I make one more suggestion?
Well, that's what we're here. We're here to just kind of let the news flow. So
Give them that phone number again, so if they want to
Yeah.
get help, they can call them.
Absolutely. So seniors will be able to call the same phone number they always have for the last 39 years, and the number is 617-884-2500.
Right. And before I get to what I'd like to talk about, you had a conference about last week.
Yeah, I was very fortunate
In Sturbridge, I believe?
In Sturbridge, yep.
Okay.
There's an annual conference called the Massachusetts Association of Councils on Aging and Senior Center Directors, and this year's conference was at the Sturbridge Host Hotel. 450 senior center directors attended, and over a period of 3 days, there were several plenary sessions. There were over 90 workshops, and there were a number of networking events. And what it allows somebody like myself and other senior centers directors to do is to become more educated on issues relating to seniors, learn how to become better senior center directors, and also to network. The theme of this year's conference was a welcoming place for all. And that was a very appropriate theme for the Senior Center Conference, because that's what I've tried to do since I've been there with the help of a great staff that I have. We are always reaching out to people with open arms in the city of Revere at the Rossetti-Cowan Senior Center.
Tell us exactly about the conference, what they discussed there.
Well, there were several major topics. There was a wide range of issues and topics, and there were presentations by a number of people like AARP, a number of healthcare organizations, other senior center directors, including myself, gave presentations. One of the key topics this year was a report that was released by the Massachusetts Council on Aging Commission on falls prevention. Seniors have a tendency to fall very easily for a lot of different reasons. And that is the #1 cause of death of seniors, is falls. And it's very important that as a senior center, we do everything possible to prevent that from happening and to help people understand what they can do in their home to prevent that from happening. And I think you have some information on that.
Right, is it okay if I...
Go right ahead.
Right, this is a brochure that you gave me that came from the conference, I believe?
Yes.
And it says what you can do to prevent falls. And here are the 4 things. #1, exercise to improve your balance and strength. #2, have your healthcare provider review your medications and your medicines. And #3, have your vision checked. And #4, make your home safe so you have nothing that you can fall over or bang into. And those are only the 4 things here, but you can elaborate on them.
Yeah, I mean, I want to get to the news, but I want to talk about this because fall prevention is so important. We've had a number of people fall at the senior center, whether because they tripped over their own walker or a cane or a chair, or they just were imbalanced. One of the things that was very interesting about the session that I attended on fall prevention is that we have already incorporated ways to prevent fall. We introduced a new class in the latter part of the summer called Core and Balance Flexibility. And part of that program is fall prevention and what to do if you do fall. And that's 2 days a week at the Senior Center. And I'll elaborate that on that more as I tell people out in the audience what we have going on at the Senior Center. So I'd like to give a little bit more news, and then I'll shoot it back to you because I know you have a couple of important pieces of information that you want to share. So let me just go through some important dates for November so that people are aware of what is available to them. The first thing I want to mention is the Medicare open enrollment from October 15th through December 7th. And this is giving you a chance to either change your plan for next year or to enroll in Medicare. And at the Senior Center, we have a SHINE counselor named Barry Olevsky, and she's been coming to the Senior Center for many years. She's there each Monday. And in case you don't know what SHINE stands for, it stands for Serving the Healthcare Insurance Needs of Everyone on Medicare. And you have to call for an appointment to the Senior Center at 781-286-8156 and make an appointment with Barry every Monday. You need to bring your Medicare card and a list of prescription medications with you to your appointment. So that's very, very important. Let me just tell you a little about some of the things that we have that will help people at the coming to the Senior Center. Key dates, okay? Blood pressure consultation days in November. Carol Donovan, our city nurse, will be there on November 5th and November 19th from 12 to 1. We also have a monthly hearing program in November with Mary Marino of Mary's Affordable Hearing Aids. And she's at the center in November on the 19th. And she'll be upstairs in the conference room. We have a wonderful chair massage therapist named Barbara McDonald. And she will be there on November 12th, right at lunchtime. And of course, every month we have a podiatrist attend the Senior Center and tend to all the seniors, and it's always the first Wednesday of every month, and this one is November 4th. I want to let you know out in the audience that we have a program at the Senior Center that Lois incorporated late last spring. It's called Sharing Grief Experiences. And what this is an invitation to Revere residents to discuss the loss of a loved one and those that are affected by a loss, those who are left to grieve. And this is basically a gathering where people could come and discuss or just listen to various people who want to share how they were feeling. There's a group of people listening or offering compassion at a time when it's most needed. And in November, the meeting will be on Monday, November 23rd from 1 to 3. And Lois runs a beautiful class. It's very sensitive. She provides a lot of handouts and written materials, and she provides a nice ambiance in the room. And it really is soothing and helpful to the people who attend.
I would like to add some more to this, making your home safe on it, if I may. There's a whole bunch of items on here that people could use as a reference.
Okay, we'll go right back to that, and then we'll swing back to the other
Right.
stuff.
Okay. To make your home safer, about half of all falls, happen at home. So to make your home safer, folks, remove things you can trip over, like papers, books, clothes, and shoes from stairs and places where you walk. Number 2, remove small throw rugs because you can trip over them, or use double-sided tape to keep the rugs from slipping. And that happened to me, by the way. Keep items you can use often in the cabinet you can reach easily without using a stool to step on. Have grab bars put in next to and inside the tub as you need it. Use non-slip mats in the bathtub and on shower floors. Improve the lighting in your home. As you get older, you need brighter lights to see well. Having lightweight curtains and shades to reduce glare. Have handrails and lights installed on all staircases. And finally, when shoes both inside and outside the house, wear shoes both inside and outside the house. Avoid getting barefoot or wearing slippers where you can slip.
All right, that's good information, and
Thanks to you.
well, no, it's good. It's very good information. It was a great, like I said, it was a great session to attend. So now I want to kind of swing back the other direction and talk about some of the exercise and health programs. And like I said in the beginning of the show, this is very informal, it's very informative, so we don't have a structured format to follow. We're just going to continue like this, and we've gotten good reaction. People seem to like it. So I want to talk about one particular new exercise program that we have called Line Dancing with Emily. Now, this is learning popular, favorite, and traditional line steps to a number of different types of music. And this new class started a couple of months ago, and we had started it out on a Monday afternoon from 1 to 2. And to be honest with you, it was okay for the first couple of classes. We had good numbers, and then it's dwindled down. And I think there was some conflicts with some people who might like to take it. So in discussing this with Emily, we moved it to Wednesday morning from 11:15 to 12. And although this was the second week that we tried the new time, it still hasn't got it off the ground. And it's not doing as good as I expected. So we may revamp that and maybe have country line dancing or try to recruit other types of music. So I really encourage people out there that like line dancing to come on Wednesday morning from 11:15 to 12 because it's a great class and she's a great teacher. I want to talk about Zumba toning. We have that open on Wednesday night from 6:15 to 7:15. This is for all ages. This started last year in November. It is very popular. We average about 35 people, and it ranges from people from the age of 15 all the way to 85. And it's a fun class. It's taught by Ernie Saro and Barbara Peasy. Another new class that started in September is really good. It's yoga and meditation stress relief. And what this does is it combines health, happiness, mindful meditation, and positive psychology. And it's every Monday from 10:30 to 11:30. And Natalia Cepeda teaches this yoga and meditation class, and it is really very, very helpful to a lot of people. And before I turn it back over to you again, I'm going to just tell them about core and balance workouts with Sharon. This goes hand in hand with the fall prevention that we've talked about. We started this probably about 3 or 4 months ago, and at that time it was a fairly new class in Malden, and I talked to Sharon and brought her over to Revere. Little did I know that this is a specific class to help in the prevention of falls. And this is a great class because it's vigorous. It teaches people how to do strength training and to have flexibility. So that's Monday morning from 11 to 12, and it's from Monday afternoons from 2 to 3, and Friday mornings from 11 to 12.
Right. Could you also talk about, that was brought up, about getting people who want to come in the Mahjong, to play Mahjong?
Well, it's Mahjong, yeah, Mahjong. There's a couple of things actually now that you said it. We have a woman by the name of Sally Colburn who wants to start a Mahjong club. It's a tile game.
Right.
And basically we have 4 people have signed up, and we really need about 6 people to start this particular activity. So if anybody out in the television audience wants to join a Mahjong class or even learn to play, call 781-286-8156, which is the Senior Center number. Today I was approached by a woman who has 5 people that want to start a book club. And I have been speaking with one of the librarians at the Revere Public Library, and she's willing to come over and lead that group. So we're collecting names right now. So if you're really into book clubs, if you like to read and discuss what the book is all about and share that with other folks, call the Senior Center and provide the name to one of the people in the office.
That's good.
Now you had something you really wanted to talk about, right?
Yeah, I'd like to talk about something that came over the news yesterday, and this affects every veteran, and every senior. And this was about senior citizens are concerned over no Social Security increase. And I would like to just say a few things here. I hope the government of Washington is listening, because it says right here, disabled veterans, senior citizens, and those who depend on Social Security will not see any increase in their monthly checks. The federal government issued the announcement today, which was actually yesterday, that it would not allow a cost of living increase that normally happens each year. Usually it's a 4% increase. I would like every senior citizen and every veteran, whether he's disabled or not, to notify their senator in Washington, their representative in Washington, to make sure that they do not allow this to go through, because people depend on that. And if we can give the money to foreign countries such as Iraq, Afghanistan, Libya, we certainly could give it to our own. And I want you to tell the people in Washington that charity begins at home, in America, not overseas. Thank you.
All right, so now we're going to go back to Senior Center news.
Go ahead.
Which is fine. It can keep
That's
people
fine.
keep you on your toes at home. So one of the things I want to talk to the folks at home in the television audience about is special monthly luncheons and our regular everyday lunches, okay? Now, I'm not going to get into the menu, but we serve lunch every day, and it's a $1.50 donation to people attending the Senior Center who are going to stay for lunch, and we ask that you call the day before. It is very imperative that you call the day before. We've run into a lot of situations where people just show up, and I really don't want to refuse people, nor does the staff. And we have to make sure we have enough food. On the other hand, we also don't want to overcook. And there were 2 situations this week where we had too many leftovers because people called up, didn't show up, and didn't let us know that they weren't coming. So, you know, there are certain foods that you just can't save or freeze. So if you are coming to the Senior Center, and many of you out there do come to the Senior Center, and you're going to have lunch, please call the day before, not the morning of the day you're coming. It's very helpful. Our special monthly luncheons take place usually on the last Thursday of every month. In addition to the $1.50 for the lunch, we charge an extra $2.50 for a special entertainment. And we've had some great entertainers. Last month we had the 24 singing grandpops, and they were fantastic. And every month we have a special monthly luncheon with an entertainer. And coming up in November, we're going to have actually a turkey dinner at 4 p.m. And it looks like the Good Diner will be hosting that. And we have Jimmy Salona coming on at 5 o'clock to sing. So once we get through our October monthly luncheon. We'll be taking reservations for the 4 o'clock Thanksgiving Day dinner. The other thing I wanted to talk about was the shuttle, and I'm not going to get into all the details about the shuttle, but as people are probably aware of, we have one shuttle that operates on Monday and Friday, and we have 2 shuttles that operates on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Despite having 2 shuttles, and despite being the envy of many senior center directors that I found knew we had 2 shuttles when I was at that conference, it does fill up fast. And the senior shuttle costs a book of 10 coupons. So you have to register for the coupons. You get a book of 10, and it costs actually $1 each way. That's what the coupon is worth. We take people to and from the senior center from their home. We also take people if they need to go to the hairdresser, to the bank, to Beth Israel. We stay within Revere. We will go to Beth Israel right over the line in Chelsea. We go down to MGH, and we take people to a lot of retail stores as well in the city. On Wednesday, only Wednesdays, depending on if the schedule allows and depending on what the bookings are, we will take people to Walmart in Lynn, and we'll go up to the Square One Mall in Saugus.
Right, and talking about Wednesday, you also show movies. Have you got the ones that are coming up this month?
I don't, but I will tell you that we work with the librarians at the Revere Public Library who provide us the most recent DVDs of the most current movies
that comes
that
from
are
the
out.
Revere Library?
Yes, and they order them through the NobleNet system, and we've had some great movies. I think this week coming up, we have a movie called Up in the Air, and I think it's George Clooney that's in that.
I have no idea.
I'm not sure. But they are up-to-date movies, and it's the only day that we don't have bingo in the afternoon. So 4 days we do have bingo immediately after lunch, and we do have a great movie day on Wednesday. You stay after lunch. We have a nice flat-screen TV, and we provide you with a nice snack, coffee, tea, usually cake or cookies. And we have a pretty good following.
So that would be nice for all the seniors that are out there that don't come Wednesday and watch a movie.
And here's the thing, okay? A lot of seniors, maybe they don't like to go to the movie theater. Maybe it's too crowded for them.
Or at night they can't drive.
Or at night they can't drive. Well, you know, we can pick you up on the shuttle to come and watch the movie. Better yet, you can come for lunch, stay for the movie, and then we'll take you home.
That's even better.
That's even better. So, you know, I think that having a movie day is very important. It's just as important as bingo, despite it's only one day, you know? And, you know, you have to have a variety of things for people to do, and we certainly do have that at the Senior Center.
Right. Now, we also have a list of things that we do, Steve. I wonder if you'd be kind enough to start us off with the goings-on, for example, on Monday.
Yeah, I see we have about 4 minutes left, so why don't we go through it very quickly, just some highlights.
Exactly.
We won't cover everything, so
No.
I'll cover Monday. We have a great watercolor class, okay, on Monday, as well as Chai Ball and Tai Chi. We have that beautiful yoga and meditation class, and we have the core and balance workout.
Right.
Okay?
And on Tuesday, we have the Zumba class, the computer class, the bingo in the afternoon, and we do our birthday celebration the last Tuesday of the month.
Okay, on Wednesday we have ceramic class in the morning, line dancing in the later part of the morning, and Zumba toning at 6:15 at night.
Right, and on Thursday we have hairdressers, manicure, the knitting group, the beginner's exercise, again bingo, and bocce.
Yeah, and on Friday we have canvas making in the morning, again the second class with the core and balance, and then we have bingo in the afternoon. And I think these are great opportunities for people to get out of the house. There's a lot of things going on. And I just want to mention two things. I know the clock is ticking. If you want to know what's going on at the Senior Center and you have access to a computer, you go on www.revere.org, click on the toolbar for departments, click on Elder Affairs Department, and on the left-hand corner of that page, there's a box, and it says Quick Links. You'll see the very newsletter from where we're deriving this information. You'll see the menu for the current month, which is going to be November, and the Senior Shuttle Program Rules and Regulations.
Right, and people that don't have that don't know how to computer or use one can come to the senior, but they have to call to join the computer class, and you could tell them about that and the cost.
Yeah, we have a long line of waiting list, actually.
How many people do you take at a time?
5.
Oh, just 5?
There's 5 at a time because, you know, it's interaction. Lowest I'm in our program coordinator is the person that teaches computer class. It costs $20 per person for the 5 weeks, and there's 5 people per class. So if you're interested, it's very fundamental, basic computer skills that she teaches. You can call up and put your name in, because certainly there's a need for that out there, and more seniors are using Facebook and other social media. And I just want to tell people again that we're working with Revere High School, doing a curriculum to start in January where seniors and juniors from the high school will be teaching how to use an iPad. And that is definitely happening starting in January.
Right, and what future things do you see coming up for our senior center? Because I don't know, I'm just a volunteer, the director.
Well, we're always looking to add new exercises and health-related issues. Obviously, I expect to have the police department come back like they have in the past and talk about safety issues in and outside of your home, how to be cautious of things.
And the fire department?
I actually have been asked by Chief Doherty to contact him so that he can have a fireman come down and talk about fire issues and fire safety in the home, and how to prevent that, and what you should have in your home to make sure it is safe and sound for you as a senior.
Right, and to get a lawyer, maybe some legal expert to come on and give some legal advice to the seniors would not be a good idea.
It is. There are a couple of elder law attorneys who are specialists and have been doing it for a long time in the field. And we always have a lot of different presentations and folks come down. So I think that we will continue to do that. We'll continue to post it. And don't forget, the Senior Power, which is this newsletter that we're talking about, is delivered to a lot of stores and retail facilities, banks, City Hall, the library, the senior center, so you can get up-to-date information by going to those places, and you'll see them delivered.
Right, and that's the end of our show for this week, and we'll continue with another one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where the time goes. It seems to fly. I mean, I come in here with all this information, and it seems like it goes by so fast.
One thing before we leave, if any of you seniors out there have any good suggestions for our show, please call Steve Fielding at the Senior Center or fax them into reveretv.org, and we'd love to put them on the air.
And if you're a senior who has a special skill set or a special hobby that you would like to share or teach or even come in and talk about, call me at the Senior Center, 781-286-8156, and we'll discuss it, and we'll have you in and become part of the Senior Center.
Right.
Thanks, Morris.
Thank
nice to see you again.
Right. My pleasure. Thank you all out there.